Hello everyone, thanks for dropping by. That's an Audi Q7 and one of those was following me on the way to the shops when I do my weekly shop about 2 weeks ago last Saturday. Quite a nice car, but it's a damn big car and I doubt it'll even fit in the garage. Anyway, those of you who have been looking at the news will know about the report from JP Morgan saying that by 2030, about 6 years from now, 45% of American women will be single and childless. Now that's starting to have some profound effect across the American media. I was looking around, I found this. As you can see, it's Evie. I think I've covered this article before, but as you can see, it explains the report, the recent projection. So if you go down, 45% of women expect to be single and childless by 2030. But scrolling down, I came across this. A quarter of 40-year-olds have never married. Now, if you're an American and you're 40 years old, you were born around 1983, which means you were 12 years into second-wave feminism. And by the time third-wave feminism kicked in at 1990, you're 20 years old. So you'll have American girls and American teenagers exposed to second-wave feminism, and then when they reach early adult age, they hit third-wave feminism. Now, you don't suppose there's a correlation in that, do you? Of course there is. Because if you go down, if I can find it, it's this paragraph. The new wave of feminism that held a grip on society for the past decade has also spent the message that men and women alike that marriage is an obsolete idea propagated by the patriarchy. According to those who subscribe to the thinking women don't need men, they should strive for success independently and find fulfillment in their lives without the weight of a husband. The sad truth is that these ideas have largely led to the collapse of the American families, as 40% of American children are now born to single mothers. In 2017, the poverty rate for fatherless families was 36.5% compared to 7.5% for families with a married mother and father. Now, if you click on that, it brings up the New York Post. This was done on July 17th, 2018. And, as you can see, feminism has destabilized the American family. And why does it matter? Yada, yada, yada. The death of marriage in the United States has far-reaching consequences, including, but not certainly not limited to, a dipping birth rate, and adverse effects on the economy and the individual. And then it goes down. And if you go up, for women in particular, student debt is linked to the reduction in marriage rates. Remember, a lot of American women go to college and they come out of college with a damn big debt that they have to pay off. That's why they look for a guy. Now, if you drop down even further, you come across this interesting article, which I didn't know. 82% of American women now freeze their eggs because they haven't found the right man yet. The surge of egg freezing has promoted research to delve into the reasons behind this ever-growing choice. And there, in 2009, 500 women underwent egg freezing. Fast forward to 2012, that number had jumped to 2,500. Fast forward again. By 2018, the number had increased to 10,000. The latest estimate for 2020 was 13,000 women. So with approximately a decade, the number of women freezing their eggs in the US has increased by 2,500%. The trend continued to rise by the pandemic, with institutions like New York's Langone Fertility Center reporting a 33% increase in patients commencing egg freezing cycles between 2020 and 2021. Most women freeze their eggs because they haven't found the right man yet. They're looking for the top 5-10%. And then it goes down about it, yada, yada, yada. And then we have the next article, a lady called Chelsea Handler. She's bragging that she's child-free. Don't know who she is, not being an American. But anyway, this is starting to have a dramatic effect on America. Also in America, I found this, 57% of single adults are not even looking for a date. Now this was done on February the 13th this year. Get rid of that. If you drop down, you get your point. Roughly 6 in 10 young men report being single. That could be the MGTOW effect. Majority of single adults are not interested in being struck or grazed by Cupid's arrow. The percentage of single Americans who are looking for a relationship or casual dates is lower than in 2019, especially among men. Now that, I would say, is the MGTOW effect. The type of relationship single Americans are looking for varies by gender. And a greater percentage of single women are looking for a committed romantic relationship only. Now, if you drop down to that, could that be one of the reasons? You tell me. And then nearly half of single or looking adults have turned to online dating in the past year. This broke down into 53% of singles 18 to 49 years old, doesn't say what sex, and 25% of singles 50 years or older. And then it goes more about, excuse me, goes more about the article, and that's it. I also found this. This is Yahoo Finance. More American women are single than ever before, and it's costing them big money. Hey up, what's that? New electric Lamborghini. I'll have to have a look about that. Get rid of that. Nearly 180 million Americans, or about 46% of those over 18 years old, are single, according to the US Census Bureau. And that percentage actually much higher for women. A record-breaking 52% of American women are unmarried or separated as of 2021, according to a recent report from the Wells Fargo Economics. So apparently this has gone up to 52%. Worrying time for the American government. The growing number of Americans who have never married, either because they decide to get married later in life, get hitched together, has driven the rise of single women in the US. And they're all on TikTok complaining about it. The share of never married women increased by 20% over the past decade, according to Wells Fargo. And then it goes on about money. Apparently the average household income in America is a little over $106,000 a year. Single women earn a little over $51,000 a year. And a single guy in America earns a little over $70,000 in a year. I've never even, that's 70,000, that's 120 to the pound. About 35,000, no, sorry, 58,000 pound more or less. I never even saw that in my gross when I was working. And then it just goes on about the wealth, deposits, the assets, and this, that, the other. But anyway, to finish it off, I came across this. This is Huffington Post. As you know, that's a leftish rag. Hey up. Jen Psaki says Trump is finally afraid. Bullshit. Only thing that's afraid is Biden administration of Trump. It says 7 women aged 18 to 65 get honest about being single. Then it's just case studies. There's JD's wife. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Bloody hell. Diana, 33, from San Diego, California, post-wall. Then a lady called Laurie, 45, Wichita, from Kansas, post-wall and menopausal. And Maggie, 65, Wills, California, definitely post-menopausal. Julie, from 28, from Buffalo in New York, pre-war, approaching the wall. Decided to call off my wedding and end my relationship with my boyfriend of 7 years. Daft bent. And Bridget, post-wall in Philadelphia. And a lady, Kendra, 52, doesn't say where she is. My boyfriend and I had lived for 3 years, decided he didn't want to work on our relationship. While I felt safe and kept and really enjoyed 50% of the time, I didn't feel appreciated. Sad. A boyfriend, most. He's the only one I feel a bit sorry for, but anyway, I'm going on the 10-minute mark now, so this is having an effect on women. This is having an even bigger effect on American women. And American women are resorting to doing this because they can't find the right man. But the eggs are not going to be as fresh. But single guy, people are not dating in America, 57%. And American women are more American women are single than ever, and it's costing them big money. But all these women say I think it bothers others more than single, because more than it bothers me. Yeah, well, why do they complain on TikTok? Anyway, I think I'm on the 10-minute mark now, so I'll try and find some more about this topic for next week. But for now, you know the routine, people, like, dislike, etc. So completely up to you. So until next Monday, that's it for this one. Bye-bye.